Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. We're going to do as you can see, a little chair mobility stretch movement. So all you need is your chair, yourself, a little space to work with. You can come seated onto your chair, take those feet about hip distance apart, sit nice and tall, take those hands to the tops of the legs just to start. Maybe give a shoulder roll up, down, and back, just to make sure you're in it, you're here, you're sitting nice and tall, a long neutral spine. Maybe it's taking the chin down slightly toward the chest to really elongate the back of the neck. Taking a couple of inhale and exhale here. Feeling the expansion of the ribs in all sides, front and back. Keeping that nice tall posture as you breathe. Just do one more, big breath in and big breath out. Always feels good to really just focus on that breath. From here, you'll leave your hands where you are. You're gonna start doing some rotations around. So think of your navel drawing a big circle in the center of your body. So you're coming around forward, leaning into one side of the hip to the other side. Just rotating that upper body around. Feet are planted on the floor. Change the direction, move the opposite way. Go nice and slow, really round the spine at the back, bringing the chest forward at the front. It should feel nice for the pelvis, for the low back, and keeping that breath going here as you rotate. Good. Last rotation all the way around, and then making yourself back into your neutral seated position. Take your left hand down, hook it on the bottom of your chair. Take your right arm up and over. We're going to take a little flow here. So you're going to do the same thing for the other. Right hand hooks, left hand comes over. And it's almost like you're pulling yourself up and then reaching that arm over. Do one more time from side to side. Left hand hooks, right arm reaches. Oh, so good. One more time to the right. Left arm reaches over. And then we'll make our way back to the left. Keep your left hand there. Keep the right arm up and over. What you're going to do is you're going to rotate downwards so that the arm is going to reach to parallel. You're going to open it up and you're going to thinking of that chest rotating up towards sky ceiling as that arm reaches back. Do that a couple more times. Exhale to come to that forward position. Inhale to open it up. Good. One more time. Exhale. And inhale to open. So good. Take it to the other side. Right hand comes down, left arm reaches over. Same thing. Exhale. Thinking of that big reach, arms comes to parallel. Open it up on the breath in. Shining that chest upwards. Exhale to lower. Inhale to come back up. One more time. Exhale. Good. And then open it all up. The last one. So making your way back into center here. Always feels so good to get moving. Okay, we're gonna stay nice and tall. Try not to move your legs here. You're gonna take your your left hand to the outside of that right leg. So think of pushing that hand into the leg as the leg pushes into the hand. Take your right hand in behind you. So you should have space in your chair. I'm gonna take myself a little bit here so you can see. My hand is just behind me and I'm rotating from my mid back, okay? And I'm pressing that hand into the leg, vice versa, and rotating here. It doesn't have to be a major twist, just sitting nice and tall. You can think of inhaling for the length in your spine and maybe exhaling, twisting a little bit deeper. Big inhale, big exhale. One more time, big breath in, seeing if maybe you can rotate a little bit more, maybe not, that's fine. And exhale, release that side. Take it to the other side. Left hand comes in behind you. Right hand hooks to the left side of the leg. Rotating here, sitting nice and tall, planting those feet, knees slightly outwards. Taking and breathing as you hold here for 3. Big breath in and out for 2. For 1. Nice job. Okay, from here, getting a little bit into the hips and into those glutes. So we're going to take that left foot, plant it maybe slightly forward. And then take that right leg, crossing that ankle above that left knee. foot in flexion for that right side. You could take your hand, right hand to right knee, left hand to sole of that foot. Okay, so we're gonna do a few things in this position. Now, for some of us, we're already feeling that through the hip. Maybe that feels really good as it is. We're gonna do a little active release pressure here on that knee. So what I mean by that, the knee's gonna drive up as the hand's gonna press down. We're gonna hold there. We're gonna do this together for 5. So you're pressing down, giving a slight rotation, nothing crazy. 4, but then think of driving the knee into the hand. So there's lots of action going on there. 3, 2, 1. Release the pressure, keep the leg as it is. We're going to take another inhale. Press into the knee, knee into the hand for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That can be intense. Release that. We're going to do one more set here. Press it down. Lift the knee up as the hand presses down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Release that pressure. You're going to keep your hand on those locations. Take a big breath in. Sit a little bit taller. We're going to do another little flow here. So we're going to try to think of chest towards shin, and then inhale to come back up. Exhale forward. Inhale to come up. Taking your time, your breath might be very different than mine. Just gentle movements here, working into that hip and glute. This can be very tight for some of us, including myself. Exhale forward. Inhale to come up. This is going to be your last one here. When you come forward, we're going to all hold here for 5. Think of that knee driving down to the floor. 4, chest towards shin. 3, long spine. 2, and 1. Come out of that. Release that side. Maybe just give a little windshield wiper with those knees side to side. We'll do that same series on the other side. So you might notice, so that right foot's on the floor, left leg comes up and over. You might notice a difference from side to side. I notice a massive difference. My left is much tighter than my right typically. We're flexing that foot, taking the hand, and the hand to the knee, hand to the foot. We start with that pressure, mild to medium pressure, pushing down as the knee pushes into the hand. Everybody, big breath in, press and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Give it a little rest. Take a big breath in. Press and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. One more time. Big breath in. Press and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Keeping that leg where it is, sliding that hand to the knee. Take a big breath in. We come into our forward fold in this seated figure 4. Thinking of chest towards shin, long spine, big breath in. I think I already said that. Exhale, bringing it forward. Good. Keep going there with your own breath. Inhale to sit tall. Exhale to fold. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Keep going there. Breath in. Exhale, fold. We have 2 more. Breath in, up. Enjoying that lovely hip and glute stretch. Last one here. Big breath in. Keep flexion through those left toes. And then we hold and fold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, stop. Come on out of that. Release that side. Again, you can give a little wiggle through those hips, knees side to side. We're going to make our way to standing up next. Okay, so you can make your way up. Now, we're going to turn the chair. I'm going to turn my chair. You don't have to turn first if you're in a good spot. We're going to cut into the hamstrings, so the backs of the legs. We'll start with standing on the right leg, and that left heel is going to come up onto the surface of your seat. Okay, so we want to think of nice and tall here. So often you see yourself maybe dumping into that hip, thinking of pushing into that right foot. Think of the shoulders and hips square to your chair. So everything's facing that chair. And I want you to think of drawing in the low core, so the low abs up and in. You can take your hands towards your hips here. Take a nice big breath in. And then exhale, hinge from your hips. Then again, breath in to stand nice and tall. Flexing through the left toes. Exhale to hinge from those hips. Think of the hips coming straight back behind you. Breath in, standing tall. Exhale, hinge. Slight bend of that right knee. 2 more. Breath in to come up. Exhale, hinge. Same thing as our seated figure 4. We're going to hold on the next one. So this is your last stand here. Flex the toes, hinge from those hips, soft bend in through that knee. Breathing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on up. We'll switch to the other leg. Oh, always feels good getting into the back body. Left foot down, right heel is on your chair. Again, you want to think of those shoulders and hips, making sure they're nice and square. Hands towards those hips. Press into the left toes. Flex the right toes up. Take a big breath in, stand tall. Exhale, hinge, and fold. Both knees have a nice little soft bend, so nothing is locked out here. We don't want to think of pressing down. We want to think of soft knee bend. Pressing the hips back behind you. Breath in to stand tall. Exhale, fold. 2 more. Breath in. Ooh, got a little shake on this side. Exhale, fold. 1 more time. Big breath in. Exhale, fold. Hold this one here, thinking of pressing those hips back, pulling those toes up for 4. Soft bend in those knees. 3, long spine. 2, and 1. Nice job. Okay. Woo, coming out of that. Give me a little shake, a little shimmy, whatever you need to do there. Okay, quad stretch is next. So we did the back. Now we're going to do the top front of those legs. So a couple of options here. For those of you that have tight hip flexors, tight quads, we'll start with the left foot up, okay, and just standing on that right foot. Now, I want you to think of tucking that tail under, pulling up those low abs, and this might be enough for you, okay? So just staying right here. Maybe it's taking that left arm up. Maybe it's giving a little bit of a reach over. We are just staying static here. Now, for those of you that are like, I can go a lot deeper here, Nat, you're gonna come on down to that left knee. Hopefully your chair or bench isn't too high, and you're gonna keep your foot on that chair or bench. You still want that slight tuck. That's a little bit too intense for me. So I'm gonna come back to that standing position. We're just holding that foot cramp. That means it's too intense. You're getting a foot cramp. All right, so I'm coming back to standing quad, focusing on that tuck of the tail, activation through the glutes. You want your knees to be inwards together with that tuck. Breathe in, hang out here. So whether you're on the knee, maybe you have a little cushion or pillow, if you're down onto the floor, or if you're just doing the same as me standing, I'm gonna add in a nice little arm reach, lateral over, that just lengthens through that hip a little bit more. We're here for 3, for 2, and for 1. So wherever you were, whether you were on the floor or standing, switch to your other side. So left foot is down, right foot is on the back surface, squeezing those knees in towards one another. If you're standing, tucking that tail and just breathing there. You can also maybe give a little bit of a squat. That's a bit more of a workout, and then more of a tuck of that tail. That'll intensify that stretch a little bit. Otherwise, taking that arm up and over is also a beautiful stretch. Breathing there into that side body, or again, you're down on your right knee. That can get intense. Just be mindful of where you were at for 3, for 2, and for 1. Amazing job. Amazing job. Okay, so wherever you were, release that stretch. You need to give a little bit of a shake, a little shimmy. We're still staying with that chair. Everything involves the chair today. I'm just going to rotate it now. We need the back of the chair. So hopefully you weren't just working with a stool. If you were, you might have to improvise a little bit here. Let's see. If I turn my chair this way, you guys can still see me. There's that nice space in the back. We're going to come into a nice wide straddle here. Change my mind. I'm going to still rotate myself here. A nice wide straddle behind our chair. Okay. We're going to come into a little bit of a rotation here first. So you want to be far enough away from your chair. You want to have your nice straddle, soft bend in the knees, hips going back. We're going to come into a rotation, keeping the left hand to the chair. Right arm's going to reach up towards that sky, and then it's going to wrap around towards your left ribs. And you're going to think of bringing your right shoulder down towards the floor, not down, but in the direction of the floor. So we're opening it up here. That's your breath in. And then you're giving a rotation around, maybe taking the gaze to the left as the left hand wraps to those ribs. Breath in, open it up. Hips are going back behind you. Exhale to twist. One more time for this side. Big breath in. Exhale, wrap and twist. Good. Right hand to the chair. Left hand reaches up and open here. You are getting your range of what feels good for you without forcing. So maybe as you do your reps, you might get more rotation, more range. Otherwise, you're just doing what feels good for your body. Don't force. Breathe through it. Breath in to lift. Exhale to rotate, making sure you're still pressing back into those hips. You should be getting a nice stretch through the back. This is your last one. Lift, inhale, exhale, wrap, reach. Taking both hands to the chair, getting into those shoulders. This is a nice stretch through the chest, through the shoulders. So flat back here. We're still in that nice straddle. Let your head fall in between those arms here. Oh, beautiful stretch for the shoulders. Breathing into that back body for 5, for 4, for 3. Maybe letting that chest sink a little bit further for 2. And for 1. Ooh, and then that can be pretty intense. So just come on out of that. Maybe it's a couple of shoulder rolls, little shimmy, whatever feels good for you. We're still coming back using the back of the chair. We're still going to keep our hands there. We're still coming back into that straddle. We're going to get into the inner thigh here. So inner thigh groin. So you're going to come into your nice wide straddle. We're going to come into a nice low lunge. Oh, that feels good through the inside of the leg. And you are going to take it from side to side, thinking of pushing your knee out as you come into that low lunge, using that chair as support. You might not need the chair, as in you could do this without it. Sometimes we take our hands to our floor if you're used to the move team warm up and mobility. But this is a nice little way just to see if you can get deeper. Maybe it's a difference through the hips, because my hips are going further back as I have my chair. I can lean into it a little bit more. Oh, and I did lateral lunges in the workout yesterday, so I'm feeling that for sure. Keep going from side to side, maybe once or twice more for each side. You can go slower than I'm going as well. It feels good to hang out there a little bit longer, no problem. It does feel really good though. Good. Side to side for 3, for 2, and for 1. Amazing job. Okay. Woo, closing off that straddle. We're gonna make our way back to seated on that chair. Oh my goodness. We're gonna come back to a little bit more spinal movement, a little bit of neck work. We are all done. So coming back to your chair, that felt really good. Backs of those legs, especially on that hamstring, is always nice. Taking those hands to the tops of the legs, we're going to come into a little flow for the spine, like a cat and cow. So you're going to slide your hands towards your knees as you round through your spine, dropping your chin down to your chest. That's an exhale. Inhale, sliding the hands up the legs, rotating the palms, squeezing the shoulders and elbows back. Maybe it's taking the chin up, gaze up towards the ceiling. That's your inhale. Exhale, return the palms towards the legs, round yourself forward. Really reach and around and tuck. And then inhale, slide the hands up, rotate the palms, elbows squeeze back, chest puffs forward. Exhale, plant those hands back down, round. Good, one more time. Open it all up, slide the hands up, rotate the palms, squeeze the elbows, shoulders back. Lifting that gaze up maybe. And then slowly releasing to neutral. Okay, we're working. Finishing off with a little bit of neck stuff here. Taking that right shoulder right ear down towards that shoulder. You can take the left hand towards underneath of the seat, and you can also give a little lean. That's gonna really lengthen. Ooh, yes it is. It's gonna really lengthen through the side of the shoulder, also into maybe the trap and in through the side of the neck. Being mindful there, maybe even taking that right hand to the top of the head. Breathing there for 3. Oh, that feels nice. Drop your chin towards your chest maybe a little bit. That gets a different angle. For 2. Oh, definitely do that. And for 1, that feels so good. You're getting that nice tension on that left arm. Oh, release the chin down towards the chest. Release your left hand back to your left leg. And then look all the way up. Nothing in the spine, just the cervical. Exhale down. Breath in, lift. Looking up. Exhale back to neutral. Okay, left ear towards left shoulder. Option to take that right hand, take it if you can, underneath of that chair, giving that tension, that slight little lean as you're lifting up here. Left ear towards left shoulder. Again, you can take that left hand towards the top of the head. I was thinking I was doing the wrong side, but I am not. And again, if you want to drop that chin towards the chest slightly, getting more into the trap, back of the neck, breathing here for 3, for 2, and 1. So good. Releasing that. Coming back to just how we started with those hands on the tops of the legs, taking a couple of inhales and exhales for yourself here, coming back to that stillness, just recognizing and noticing any shifts, any changes through the body. That was about 21 minutes of stretching, some mobility, work to be done, all of the beautiful things. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for trying this out. And I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. I hope something has shifted and feels good for you. And we'll see you again soon. Bye, everyone.